Good win for us today. I thought we played well. Thought we played two good halves together. Let me say this: the score is probably, I know we won by a nice margin, but North Carolina Central is a good team. I mean, they are a good team, and you might say, "Come on, coach," but they are. I mean, you look at their stats; they shoot 48% from the field, 38% from three. They've got some good players. I mean, they're going to win their league. Coach there does a great job. And I thought we played well. I mean, I thought we did a nice job defensively. We held them under, right at 29% from the field and 6% from three. We did a nice job defensively. And we've been pretty consistent in that area defensively. We've been pretty, for the most part, through 8 games. Two areas we've been consistent at is defensively. We've been pretty good, and obviously we've been pretty good on the glass. And we were again good on the glass tonight. But tonight we were much better offensively with the pace, the speed. We made shots early, which got us going. We didn't have any droughts today scoring wise. So overall, it was a good win for us.
Austin Nichols said after the game that this was the most fun he's had all season. Do you think that's just a product of the way the team played, or is there something different?
Well, when you win by that margin and you win, it's fun. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, look, losing's no fun. I mean, losing stinks. But listen, I've been saying it since the summer. I've said it in the fall. This team's going to be a work in progress. I've been telling everyone that this was just going to be a transitional year. It's just going to take time. And that there was going to be highs and lows, and I'm praying that the lows are done, but there might not be. It might not be the lows, might not be done. We don't know. But I do know that I do believe we're getting better. You might say, well, look at the last game score versus Oklahoma State. There's still some things we've done well. It's just the scoring droughts, and this was the first game we didn't have a drought. So I do think we're getting better in areas. We just it's just a work in progress, and it's just going to take time, and we're not there yet, but I'm hoping once we get past Christmas, we start really moving forward, continue to move forward, and then, once you get into January, February, you're really starting to click.
Just talk about the player, your point guards, all 3 of them, if you don't mind, and just kind of touch on that.
Yeah, I thought Pookie gave us some good minutes, did a great job kind of getting into the paint there, and I thought once he got a little tired, he got hurt defensively a little bit, but I thought overall he played well for us, gave us a good lift to start the game. Thought Damania Cunningham gave us some really good speed and change of pace. And I thought Keidron Johnson came in and hit 2 big threes in the first half and, was solid and dove on the floor, came up with some big plays as well too. So, I thought all 3 guys played well tonight. They really did.
14 more offensive rebounds to go with 19 you got the other day, 47 total. The efforts there on the boards to prevent them from getting multiple shots on possessions and from you guys getting into your offense with quick rebounds by guys crashing the board.
Yeah, we've been pretty good in that area at every team that we've played. I was talking to assistant coach from Oklahoma State the other day, and he had said that they're a very good rebounding team, but they had real trouble keeping us off the glass. He said you guys are really good on the glass, and which we've been good here through our time here, and we've been good this year on the offensive glass. The biggest thing, we've struggled with transition offensive points. We haven't got points in transition on the offensive end. We've struggled scoring and obviously the turnovers. We were a much better day in those areas, and with those type of areas, and you keep your defense tight and your rebounding, you're going to play well and win games. But the key is we can't have the droughts of scoring. This is the first game in 8 games that we've had that we haven't had a drought.
Coach, I think it's pretty obvious that you shortened your rotation a bit. You didn't play 10 guys until halfway through the second half. Talk about the decision to do that and how that impacted your team, because it seemed like you got into a much better rhythm.
Yeah, Grant, I just felt that we had to play a shorter rotation to try to get us quicker pace. And I felt the rotation in the lineups and the personnel to get us going pace-wise, to get us more attempts at the rim, and I thought that worked. So it was good. Look, in the past games, I know people are asking, why do you playing 10, 11, this and that. Well, I don't want to play 10 or 11. When you go through those scoring droughts, you're trying to find finding personnel, searching for answers. You're trying to get a combination, trying to get a guy to get you out of those droughts. And our droughts hasn't been a 1 minute or 2 minute spell. I mean, for Oklahoma State in the second half, we didn't score for 10 and a half minutes. Versus Baylor, 19 minutes and 21 seconds, we scored 12 points. So we've had major droughts And during those time, you're trying to find a combination or somebody to get you out of the drought by just making a shot or making 2 shots, and you're searching. So tonight, I wanted to shorten the rotation based on trying to get the personnel right for the right pace of play. But I'm just telling you, it makes our team much better when we're making shots too. And we didn't have any droughts tonight.
Do you think there's a direct correlation between the way you guys played tonight and the fact that guys are getting more time?
I mean, I like to think so. I mean, obviously, this was one game. Each game with our team is going to be its own entity, its own journey. So, and I've said it before, there's going to be highs and lows with this team, and I'm just praying that the lows are done. But we're still getting better, work in progress, feeling each other out, and we'll see you on Wednesday. We got a tough team on Wednesday we play, so we'll have to, play well.
It looks like Morrell is becoming more and more comfortable offensively. Just talk about him getting the start. He didn't do so well when he started. Like I think it was Baylor.
Yeah.
But tonight he was.
Well, the Baylor game, it wasn't fair to him because I was going to start Chris Hawkins for Baylor. At the 12-minute mark before the game, Chris Hawkins told me he can't play because he injured himself in running through the tunnel. And I'm being serious. I mean, he had hurt himself. He was able to play because he had to get an injection because he had pulled his groin. So, he was able to play later in the game, but he was not effective for us. So Trayshawn, I just put him in the lineup at 12 minutes, to tell him you're starting. So I don't think mentally he was ready to go either on that part of it. But he knew he was starting, and I think he's active. He's kind of a stat sheet stuffer type of guy, and he's active. He plays. He does some good things, and he's gotten better defensively. He came in here, not a good defender whatsoever, but he's made a lot of strides in that area. And he wasn't an every-time rebounder at all. He just went occasionally. He's improved on the going to the glass because I'm just telling you, when he came in here, it was maybe once every 10 trips would he even think about attempting to get to the glass. He's now starting to go almost every time.
You touched on Hawkins. He comes in, he's physical. You don't have a lot of physical players. Obviously, the issue has been his injuries.
Yep.
If he can play like that and give you those type of minutes, isn't he a rotation guy?
I think Chris Hawkins is pretty good. I think he's a wild card, though, because you don't know, look, he was a big play for us for the Baylor game, and he was running out on the warm-ups, and he hurt his groin. He was a major part of our game plan versus Stephen F. Austin, and then shoot around, he told me he can't play because he hurt himself, on 5-on-0. So he's been extremely injury-prone, and he's been injury-prone his whole career. And he's cleared by the doctors, so it's on him. And he's got to practice, and he's just got to get through it. And he is a big piece of our puzzle because he is a good player. And he's tough, and he's hard-nosed, but he just has one of those things in his DNA where he just happens to get, some injury. So it's him. He's a wild card because if he's healthy, he can really help us. It's just he's got to be healthy.
Coach, you had a season-high 19 assists tonight. Was that more kind of what you were hoping for in terms of a performance from your team?
Yeah, absolutely, Grant. I mean, that was important for us. But I also thought that helped based on the pace of our play. I thought the pace gave us some more opportunities to, get inside the defense.
Jake McDowell, pretty special moment there in the last 3 minutes. Obviously, he doesn't get the recognition.
Jake, let me tell you this, Jake, and I know everyone saw the dunk and the 3-pointer off the side of the backboard, but if you notice defensively, he does a great job in guarding ball screens. And when number 10 caught it down there, he did a great job as we work on walling up, meaning not going for the fake. The guy guarding the ball should never be the shot blocker, should be the weak side guy. Well, he's guarding the ball, he's walling up, making him make a tough shot, hands behind the ears, and he's our best at it. He could actually handle himself in a key situation defensively because he set screens and he knows how to guard defensively. Now, obviously, he doesn't have the athleticism and speed, but when you throw him in there late in the game, he's not, where sometimes you throw some walk-ons in, maybe like myself back in the day at Arizona, you're up 30 and then next thing you know, the scores ended at 20 and everyone's pissed off and coach is mad because but here with Jake, you don't lose anything and you actually, can keep the lead.
Said that just that 3 minutes makes everything worthwhile.
Yeah.
Learning plays, scout team. He said he had to learn 9 plays for the Oklahoma
Jake,
State game.
Jake's a wonderful young man. He's a Dean's List student. His dad's obviously one of the greats here. He's been an absolute perfect citizen and a representative of our program. And you see the guys really liked him because you see how excited they were for him.
Can you give us an update on Godfrey?
Yeah, Godfrey was not feeling well, so he was not feeling well. So we just had him, not be around the team.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.